Hello, and welcome to More to the Story with Molly White, and we are live. And I want to welcome my very special co host, Mary Browning. So, Mary, come on here and say hello to everyone.
Hello, hello. Glad to be here this afternoon.
We are glad too. And we just wanted to talk about something we felt was very important, and it just came out to our attention yesterday about a commercial that is being run. It's a political commercial. And Terrence, if you have that, can you play that real quick so that Mary and I can just take a few minutes to talk about that there's more to the story than what's related in this commercial? Can you do that for us? And while we're waiting for him to pull that up, I just felt it was important for you to hear that this commercial that's being run as a political advertisement is very misleading. It is exploiting a situation, it's misleading and not factual, and that there's more to the story. So, Terrence, are you ready to show that commercial real quick?
This is one of our Willow boxes. This is just filled with some of the things that we had started gathering for her while I was pregnant.
Yep.
There's her little baby book. This is the outfit that she was gonna maybe wear home from the hospital. All of these. This is the blanket that she was in. And these are her little footprints.
It's okay. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Okay, while Mary and I don't want to talk about the political aspect of this particular commercial, Mary, what do you feel about that?
I think it is misleading because in the beginning it does say she had a miscarriage, but it says she was denied medical care. The insinuation is she went in for an abortion, but a miscarriage, an abortion requires a live baby. If her baby was miscarried, then the baby was not alive, and she was not denied abortion care. So I think the inference there is just completely misleading.
Right. And what you had said earlier when we were talking about this is that life is not a political issue. It's a moral issue. It's a spiritual issue. And we felt this commercial was especially exploitive. I mean, here we have a grieving couple that lost a child, and we are very compassionate to anyone who loses a child, no matter if it's through abortion, miscarriage, stillbirth, afterbirth. We're very compassionate about that.
Yes.
I've experienced
Yes.
just about all of those experiences. But we feel like it's not only exploiting the hurt from this couple for a political gain, but it's very misleading and not factual. Like you said, Mary, if she had had a miscarriage, that means the baby's no longer survived, and she would not need to go to an abortion clinic to have an abortion. She would have had a DNC at her local doctor's office. I had a miscarriage, but I've never had a DNC afterwards. I didn't need to. So there was something going on that was not relayed in the facts of this commercial.
Yes.
We did hear a former abortionist say that if her water did break, then you treat the disease, you treat the problem. You don't pit mother against baby and suggest an abortion. If you're a medical doctor and your patient comes in there and loses water in signs of a possible miscarriage, then you treat that situation. You treat the mother and the child the best that you're of your ability. But instead, it appears in this commercial that this couple wanted an abortion and was denied the fact. Well, if her baby was living and viable, then no, you can't have an abortion in the state of Texas. But that's not what this commercial portrays. They said a miscarriage. Is that correct?
They said across the board, it said she had a miscarriage.
Right.
But it said she was denied medical care, and somehow the reversal of Roe v. Wade played into this, and they put that at the feet of the former president.
Right.
So, to me, they're not connected. Having a miscarriage is not connected with abortion rights.
It's
And
not.
so, yeah,
And if the doctor refused to take care of his patient, then that's a medical malpractice suit, if you ask
that's
me.
yes,
And
that's different.
and not being able to have a legal abortion in Texas does not prevent a medical doctor from taking care of his pregnant patient.
That's right.
And so somehow there's a miscommunication in this commercial, that doesn't point to the doctor and his failure to take care of her. It points to the fact that she couldn't have a legal abortion. And again, when your baby's not alive and you need a DNC, that is not an abortion.
Not an abortion. Right.
An abortion is done on a live baby. And most of the times it's a live, healthy baby. So, and then again, something I wanted to talk about, because like I said, there is more to the story, and that's why we wanted to jump on here and talk about this,
Mhm.
is that this commercial leads people to believe that if this woman had an abortion, it would have saved her life. Well, the Alan Guttmacher Institute, which is the research branch of Planned Parenthood that does all of their research, even states that abortion is never medically necessary to save the mother's life. She could have had life-saving, to save her and the baby with her doctor. And if that doctor couldn't have done it, she should have gone somewhere else, to save that child. But then it exploits her and her husband by showing them crying at the very end. And to me, it was like saying, see, she's crying because she couldn't have had an abortion. Or if she would have had an abortion, it would have prevented the sadness that this couple is experiencing. And that is not true at all. She's crying because she lost a child. Women
Yes.
who have an abortion cry because we've lost a child. Abortion does not keep you from suffering pain from a potential pregnancy outcome or a pregnancy loss. And like I was saying earlier, and we can close with this, Mary, because I don't want to keep it very long unless you have something you want to say.
No.
I've had stillborn children, I've had miscarriages, and I've had abortions. And let me tell you, I healed normally from a miscarriage. Because I went through the grieving process, I went through the closing, closure and all those. I healed naturally from having to bury 2 stillborn children because I was able to have a funeral. I was able to grieve. I was able to have closure, and I went through that process of healing. But when I had an abortion, it did not prevent me from hurting. It only kept me in a perpetual state of guilt, regret, grief, because women who have abortions don't allow themselves to grieve because we're responsible for the death of our child. So long story short is abortion does not prevent you from hurting from a pregnancy outcome.
That's right.
Anything else you want to say, Mary, before we go?
Nope, that's it.
We just want to let you know that this commercial is very misleading. It's very exploitive, it exploits hurting women and men. And it's not factual. Get your facts before you believe anything, and that there was more to the story. So thank you for tuning in. We hope you watch our recorded shows as well, because they're packed full of great information. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.